Hey, greetings everyone. Let me just send out the announcement.
Goodness.
Hey, greetings everyone. Welcome to the Let's Draw event. Today we're going to be talking about art block and working on some art. This event is co-hosted with myself, BogusRed, ArkillianDragon, and Minimaid. Minimaid is going to be joining us a little bit later. Say hi everyone in the chat. Hopefully I have this open. Heather, there we go. Okay. So we're also going to be doing some giveaways. So if you're, it pays to come, basically. Hey everyone. We're going to be inviting the community to also share their thoughts on art block. If you haven't all seen, I did post a new video to the YouTube channel yesterday about my own personal experience with art block. So today is all about the community sharing their own experience with it. While we work on some artwork. I was trying to get some music to work in the stream, but the bot is not.
Steve is being a bit of a prima donna, isn't he?
He's not cooperating right now. I might need to let me poke at the permissions real quick. Maybe I need to move. Let's see, connect. I mean, I am clicking lots of things. And for Fred Boat.
Are you clicking things until music starts playing?
Is this that's the wrong link. Where's the link I
Let's
tried? Let's see if I can get it. Oops. I am not permitted to play music in that voice channel, it says. I feel like I tested this out before and got it working, but maybe I had tried it in the other channel, so I don't know.
I've done it in the live stream chat of the lounge.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to change to get it access. I mean, I checked permissions for the Fred Boat role, and the permissions look good, but it's not. I don't know. Oh well, whatever. Let's continue on with the event. That's weird. Anyway, let's continue on. I'm gonna be working on artwork for an upcoming portal. I'm not very far with it. Hi everyone. Hi Tiger Fairy. Hi Schwarzer Alpatrom. Hi Fang X. Yeah, bots can be odd. I think it's a permission issue. Yeah, the bot isn't able to stream music. We wanted to try and get some music up in here, but I apparently have to spend some time playing around with it. Okay, so let's start drawing. I hope all of you will also be drawing along too. That's what this time is kind of for. It's kind of to help us.
Feel free to post your work in progress in the chat.
Yes. We are streaming this to the YouTube channel as well, so just be mindful of that with whatever you share. The text channel is being streamed. Oh, Schwarzer's working on drawing of the vampire boss battle.
Oh, cool. I
Awesome.
look forward to seeing that when it goes live.
Arkillian, what are you working on today?
I'm drawing another profile picture of a new character because I don't have enough, clearly.
How many characters you got now?
7.
Oh my gosh. I have a new one
Sorry, cupcakes.
I have a new one that I haven't finished his profile pic yet, but I do want to register him. He might become an NPC. We'll see. We've got some cool like role-playing stuff that we're thinking of. ADHD is fun sometimes. Oh yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Alright.
Yeah, I tried going for one character for each element and then I kept going. That was my problem. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Oh. Arkillian, would you like to share some of your thoughts on art block, your past experience with it?
Let's see. So, a lot of my art block issues comes with my health. It's taken a while to kind of figure it out, but I kind of burnt myself out pretty badly in my 20s. And my 30s, I spent most of it kind of recovering from the art block. So a lot of my problems with art block stem from when I'm not taking care of myself. So like, if I'm not sleeping enough, if I'm eating too much sugar, if I'm drinking too much coffee, I will get a kind of a higher anxiety or something, and I'll start having struggles with drawing. And I know that I'm in a bad state with how I take care of myself when I'm not able to draw, because usually it's something I'm really excited to do. So one of my big first steps with art block is making sure that it's not stemming from my health. So I always check to make sure that I'm sleeping enough, that I'm not eating bad foods, that I'm drinking plenty of water, not drinking too much coffee. That my mental health is about as good as it can be. And I think the next step after that is regaining confidence, because usually when I'm like that, I've been like that for a while. So I sort of need to regain my confidence again. Sometimes I'm like that for 6 months, and I need to start back further with those art blocks. So with those art blocks, sometimes I'm kind of paranoid about sharing out to the internet at all. I don't know if anyone's had any problems with that. In the chat, has anyone had any problems where they're too scared to post their art online and share it with people?
Yeah, Tiger Fairy says yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm not a bad artist. I'm not. But in my head, I'm a bad artist. Sometimes I get a little voice that says, nobody wants to see your art. It's boring. It's uninspired. And I mean, especially with the climate of how art is consumed nowadays, there's a lot of platforms where it's favorable to give a like and then move on rather than comment to the artist, and it's very depersonalizing. And I kind of feel like it's hitting me a hell of a lot harder nowadays with my mental health because of it, because I feel disconnected from my art.
Dust the Floof mentions they get unmotivated often.
Yeah. So my problem is less that, like, when I'm like that, it's less that I'm unmotivated, it's more that I'm just... my low self-esteem comes out, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I found that a good way for me to get through it is that I become selfish with my art. I know that sounds awful, but like
That doesn't sound awful at
I
all. I mean, art,
yeah,
unless you're doing
like
art as a job, I mean,
no,
it
it's
can
not a
be,
job.
then it
It's
can
a
be
hobby.
selfish.
But like
Yeah.
yeah, but like I do the thing where I don't post the picture online, and I've got this little secret pile of art that is just for my eyes only, and I don't show anyone, and it's a little security blanket for me. It's weird. I don't know why my brain's like this, but um, that kind of helps me get through it a bit, and then eventually I start getting to the point where I've drawn enough where I kind of feel a little bit hyped up enough to share it, and I'll share it with my close friends, but only my close friends, and they quite like it because they feel like they're part of a little secret club of people who are the only privileged people to see my art, and it's like, yeah, it's privileged to see my art. I don't know. And eventually it starts getting posted online and I stop caring about it and it's fine. But
C.
no, it's...
C.
Yeah?
Pran says, mostly I'm just afraid to draw in general. It's a weird feeling because I don't know what part of drawing I'm afraid of or if it is a sum of multiple things.
Can be a sum of multiple things. I mean, obviously the first thing you do is you make sure your health's in check, because if you've got like a tough family life, or school's heavy for you, or work's heavy for you at the moment, you need to look at that first and see if you can take the pressure off that. Sometimes things like exercise can help for lowering your cortisol levels. But like, once you've gotten past that first step, what I've found is that your body will generally tell you what you're afraid of. Like when you go to draw, it'll go, nobody wants to see it, or you're bad at drawing that, or your mind will say something, and if you listen for it, you can kind of hear what your mind's having problems with, if that makes sense.
I find meditation helps a lot too, because it helps me to kind of ignore the thoughts, the negative thoughts that I have, and kind of quiet them. But I'm not the greatest at maintaining meditation as a daily habit. It's something that I'm always working on. But a lot of the the meditation app I use Headspace, and there's a lot of stuff in there where it's like kind of teaches you that the thoughts in your head are people tend to get caught up in them, and then with meditation you kind of learn to just observe it and let it go and release it, and so it kind of makes it a little bit easier to move past this point of like all the negative thoughts about your own art, because it's just thought.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard because sometimes those thoughts are coming from the space of your eye sees things in your art that need improving. That means that you've actually progressed yourself to a point where you're actually leveling up, and that voice is not so much it being negative, but saying, hey, your next step is you need to start studying this. But definitely if you've got lots of negative thoughts and it's not productive thoughts, then definitely meditation can clean the roads there. Because I know sometimes when I do art, like I'll get myself really stuck on a picture because I'm just not good at drawing a specific aspect of the picture, and it can make me freeze. And I just need to sit there and think about it. It's like, okay, well, the reason why I'm not wanting to finish this picture is because I'm not good at doing this one thing. So I'll go off and study it, and all of a sudden everything's fine again. Sometimes that can be a thing that stops us from drawing. So let's see what else we got in there.
Minimaid.
Reverse psychology.
Welcome.
Yeah, saying reverse psychology. I kind of like that, which is, kind of reverse psychology yourself into drawing things.
I feel that struggle about sleep, Cpran. Yeah, for me, I've noticed with my anxiety, it tends to be a lot worse when I'm not getting enough sleep. Sleep is like the number one thing I can do to help. However,
gosh.
it's been really hard for me right now because my
Has no sleep.
my son is waking up multiple times in the night wanting to eat. He's 8 months now, and it's eventually he will get past this, but
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah, no, I feel that. I was doing a comic once where I was doing 4 hours of sleep a night thinking, oh, I'm getting more work done. I'm getting more work done. The final results were really, really bad. And then the next time I did that, another 10-page comic, I said, no, I'm forcing myself to have 8 hours of sleep a night. I don't care. That's just how it is. And then I did 14 pages worth of work and it was all great. And I was like, oh. So
My
I
own
can make
art
myself
block
horrifically
experience was
sick and come up with bad comic book pages, or I can take care of myself, do more comic pages, and they're better, and I'm not sick.
imagine.
But no, I don't want to sleep because I get more done.
I am struggling with that same thing too. It's like once the baby's in bed, like around 8 o'clock, it's like, oh, I finally have time to work, and like then I don't sleep because that's the time that I have available to work. It'll be better when I
Yeah, there's
finally
also
have a
thing with
nanny.
sleep revenge. I don't know if you've heard of it, like the
No.
sleep revenge thing. Where you don't achieve enough during the day, so when it comes to like bedtimes, you actually stay up later because you're getting revenge on yourself for not doing productive stuff earlier on in the day or something.
Oh my gosh, that sounds about right.
And yeah, I think having secret piles of art, like as Shaw says, we all got secret piles of art. I don't think everyone's got secret piles of art, but we all should. Like, I think it's really, really healthy to have secret piles of art that you just don't share with anyone. It's just, this is your little secret. This is your little. It's some time to kind of do something for yourself. It's a little bit selfish, but in a self-caring sort of way. I think it's great. I love it. As soon as I started doing it, it made me feel a hell of a lot better about myself.
Wow, we have quite a few people in the event today. Am I counting like
Hi everyone.
I don't count.
Mike is here. X-Death, my husband. He poked in. How many people we got
Mike.
here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do we also have a diamond as well?
She's.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's sleeping somewhere. She's not in the room currently.
Yeah, Diamond is BogusRed's cat.
She's a
She's
good
a
kitty.
little kitty.
Yes, she's a very good kitty.
My babies are both outside right now, living their best lives.
I think Minimaid was about to share also your. Were you about to pop in with
Yeah, go for it.
with your art
With my
block?
art block?
Yeah, with your art block experience and.
Yeah, I was gonna try. I mean, so mine was weird because it was art block in a way that it was like I didn't have anything that I wanted to draw or share online, and a lot of mine was mental health issues. And I ended up doing other things. Like I didn't give up all types of art, but I gave up drawing for, well, over a decade, almost 2 decades. And
That's a long
Yeah.
time.
it was a very long time. I did other creative things, like I said. I knitted and I crocheted and I made music and all kinds of things. But I think what actually got me back into this is RPGs. I started playing RPGs with my family again, and the ideas that came from that, I just wanted to draw them. And now I'm in the ARPG. And it's doing more. So for me, drawing is very connected to world building and writing. And I'm not much of a writer, as I've said many times, but I'm trying to get better. But when I have a story to tell, I want to draw more, if that makes sense. Like,
Inspired. You have something to work from.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
feel
know
that
that's not for everyone, but
I had massive art block before I joined an RPG that I do on Wednesday nights, and since drawing that, like I started off with like really, really bad sketches and stuff from it, but the more and more I drew from that RPG I was part of, the more my sketches started turning into things I could actually feel okay with posting online. And it really helped me get out of art block. Like, I think part of it is also because it's collaborative.
Yeah, and it's exciting to be working with other people and telling a story together, right? Like that, it becomes almost, well, not almost, it becomes a social thing.
Yeah,
and
very
that, to me, is
collaborative.
so important. Yeah. Trying to send a picture of the current whip of Schwartz in my character, but it doesn't want to turn around, so I might have to fix it in a sec.
The chat's wanting to see pictures of the cats. They need photographic evidence of cats.
Okay.
Give me a sec. I can photographic evidence my cat, even though she's not currently in the room.
I will share a
I
cat
can
pic.
photographic evidence my babies as well, as desired. I have so many photos. And most of them are of my cats or dogs.
Oh my god, I have so many cat photos and baby photos.
That's how my cat normally joins me. She sits in her basket with her head popped out.
Let's see. Can
She's
I
the-
join here? Text. Picture. Okay, here's my
And a
floof.
freebie of her eating some grass because
I love that one. Yes, show the grass eating picture. That's
Oh. Oh,
I love
Lavina.
her pure intense face.
She's so cute. Where's my? I have to find one of my boy just
Oh,
lying
little
flat with his
Diamond.
butt out.
Oh, Diamond with her
Oh,
paws in the air.
kitties.
Such a cutie.
Kitty cats.
Oh, I really love the blaze on the face of your cat, Mew. So cute.
There. Here's my boy.
Oh, hello, lovey. Hi, beautiful girl.
My cat's just summoned herself.
I figured you weren't talking to your mom like that or anything, so.
No, this voice is reserved for my cat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, so many kitties in the chat. I love it. I love it so much.
Cat pet.
Aw, see, Pranda's so cute. Your kitty is
Oh
adorable.
my
Baby.
gosh, look at those eyes.
Oh, so many babies.
So many floofs.
The poofs are indeed being delivered.
Sorry, Fruity Gum. We can't pause all our activities. We're trying.
We can't what?
Fruity Gum said they had to get their
pretty
stylist
fast
and
with all the
sarcastically told us to stop moving.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mike.
Our chats often derail into cat discussions, or dog discussions, or general pet discussions because pets and flutes are cute.
Yeah.
Aw, Rebel.
So many babies. I love them. Yeah, I mean, art block, it comes in so many different forms, eh?
Does anyone in the community want to share their experience with Art Block and how, and any tips that
Yeah.
helped them?
We're still on cats in the chat.
We could also grant voice access if someone wants it.
Yeah, that might be good, because talking about it is good.
Yeah. Just post in the chat if you want voice access.
Ah, yes, Cream. That's the name of the kitty cat with the V-shaped blaze. Very cute. I love
Because
it.
there's Peaches and Cream, right? Peaches is the other one.
Oh, so back with what Minimaid was talking about with diversifying, that's a really, really good way of getting out of art block. I've gotten out of an art block as well by going, no, I'm just not going to draw. And I've picked up on other hobbies. I forget who in the chat said it, but they put all of their value, their personal value into their art. And when they weren't able to draw, then they found that their personal value dropped. And I found that
yeah.
since learning to sew, I found that I had a lot more personal value, because if I wasn't able to draw, I was able to sew. And switching between the two of them meant that I always felt like I had value and I was providing value in some way. And since then, I've picked up on a whole bunch of different hobbies, which are all completely different. And I think it's really good, because when you have a diverse amount of hobbies, you can actually combine those hobbies together with art. So like when you're drawing clothes, you pay attention to the fabric textures a little bit better and how it's sewn and how it sits on the body, because you understand how to make the clothing item so that you know how to draw it properly.
Yeah,
so I think it's
you do
really
some
cool idea.
amazing teamwork. What you do, it's so cool.
Oh well, yeah. I'll even put like the top stitch that people put on it to when you join two pieces of fabric together, the fabric folds inwards, and then you put a top stitch so that it sits all flat. I just find that kind of little edge, I really like putting that in, because it makes it feel a little bit more materialistic, more physical to me. And that kind of stuff you don't even think about when you're drawing clothes and you don't do sewing. It's all stuff that comes to your mind, and it helps you boost your art.
I think about it when I'm drawing sweaters because I knit.
Yeah, Fang.
I when I was in my 20s, I learned how to do cable, and all of a sudden I had a whole bunch of OCs which had cable on their vests and stuff like that. So I know that feeling.
Yeah, Fang just shared that they have art block right now and can't draw digital art, so they're drawing traditional. We also had a question if people could stream their art in this channel. The permissions were set that you couldn't, but I just fixed it, so you might have to disconnect and reconnect, and then you can stream your art in this channel if you want to.
The only problem with streaming is that you can only stream one person's stream at a time.
You
Yeah.
can only watch one person stream at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So feel free to,
frustrating. I don't
yeah.
know why.
You can still hear the audio though.
Yeah,
I can
you
barely watch one, honestly. My screen is so little when I'm on voice.
Yeah, but like also the chat goes away as well, I believe.
Yeah,
Is
no,
that
I
right?
stay on the chat because that's my job. I'm chat girl.
Oh, hang on, it's 1:30. Do we need to do a giveaway?
Oh, already? It's giveaway time? Oh my goodness.
Gimme.
You can't have one, Mike.
Hang on a second. Let me pull up our little giveaway. Bloop, bloop, bloop. We need sound effects. We need to get a soundboard in here with a drum roll and stuff.
We need people to stop hulking in the background.
Stop whining.
Don't actually use that. I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Fine.
Mike has a soundboard on his phone.
Oh, good on you, Mike. Right,
All right, give me a moment here. Let me put the screen on the right screen here. Bloop, bloop. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna give away is we're going to give away a dragon bone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a dragon bone,
Yeah, it's
Give me a
ARPG
second.
stuff. That's the clue.
Can you explain what a dragon bone is?
one moment.
Too many things.
Yeah.
There's a bone emoji, right?
I hope so.
Here we go. All right, I added a bone. That might be a bone emoji from another server. I don't know. It doesn't look like a Discord one. Okay, so what is a dragon bone? So a dragon bone is currently it's listed as a crafting material. You can't actually craft anything with it yet, but the art is really pretty and you can always sell it for gold if you want. So it's worth 70 gold. At some point, we're going to start using this for crafting access to special campaigns that we're going to be releasing next year. But still, it's worth 70 gold, so And it's pretty.
And you can hold on to it if you want it for special campaigns next year.
Yeah. Alrighty, folks. Click that bone if you want to enter. I know not everyone's clicked it yet. Come on, everyone. Click the bone.
It is a Discord bone.
Is it? Okay.
It is. Yeah.
It
it's a
looks
Discord bone.
it looks very different from the other art. So, it doesn't look like the other.
There are some variations I find in the art styles of the Discord memes.
I think
All
also if you look
right.
at it on different platforms, it's different as well.
Yeah, from what you were showing about the coffee cup, yours was really different.
Yeah, like there was 3 different styles of coffee cup depending on if you're on the a phone with Android, whether you're on a PC with Android, or whether you were using if you're on a PC with like a browser,
right.
or if you're using the PC app. And there might have been even more of them if you look at it with iOS and stuff like that, because I don't think we're looking at it with iOS.
All right, we're spinning the wheel. Who's gonna win the dragon bone? Bloop, bloop, bloop,
Oh,
bloop,
did
bloop, bloop.
Discord just updated with new emotes? Strange
Ooh,
thing.
Fang X Shadow Wolf, you're the winner of our giveaway. Please drop in the chat what your PaperDemon username is, and I'll drop that into your inventory now. So to join the giveaway, you'll have to click on an emote. We'll post like giveaway message in the chat, and you just react to it with the right thing. You'll get the next one. Don't worry. We're gonna do another one we're doing them every 30 minutes. So just hang out.
So we're going to do the next one in 20 minutes time, or we're going to do it in another 30 minutes time? Because
Oh yeah, we kind of started like, we'll do it in 20 minutes.
Okay.
We'll stick to the zeros and the 30s.
Yeah, 0s and 30s. Depending on your time zone, it'll be different times, but it'll be the next...
On the hour and on the half hour.
Yeah, on the hour and on the half hour.
Woot!
Yeah.
Yay. Misclicked and gave 999 votes.
Okay, there's your username. All right, I'm gonna drop this into your account right now.
There's 99 bones to pick, but the RPG ain't one.
Yeah.
Transfer a dragon bone, dragon bone. Bloop.
Do we want to show the pretty art of the dragon bone after you shared it? After you've given the bone?
Yes, I can drop a link to that.
Yeah.
Throw us
In
the
the
bone
chat.
here, Bogus. Sorry, I can't resist the pun.
Hang on. Why? Oh, it won't let me. Here, let me copy paste. Then it'll work. The art for this is done by Yan Ang. If you want, you can spend some gold to get one of these if you want, if you didn't win.
Fruity, that event has happened now like twice, not with Cfran. I think the last stream that happened, there was another instance where the same person was selected twice after already winning.
All
We
right,
just had to keep rolling.
back to art. Bloop. Okay, there we go.
Which is the other thing is if you've won, we don't usually allow the same person to win twice, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So just FYI.
Less fun for the chat.
Keep
Now,
it.
oh,
sorry.
Is there anyone
Go
who
ahead.
wanted? Is there anyone who wanted to talk about their art block? About how they've overcome art block? And if you want to go into the chat and chat about it, we can let you into the chat so that you can talk about it with the voice rather than with text.
If you want to, you don't have to.
Yeah.
We know not everyone wants to, and especially since it's being streamed to YouTube.
Yeah. Aww. Snoozy kitty. Love the kitty. Pretty. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what things were like for me as a kid, when I was a beginner with art. But I think my biggest problem with being a beginner artist is it was pre-internet, so I didn't really have anyone to show my art with. So it was I had to be self-motivating. So
As a kid, oh man, when I was a kid, I think my issue was that I had this really weird thing in my head that I wasn't allowed to use references.
I
Yeah.
see that so much. Oh man.
Yeah, like the thought that for some reason, like if you use a reference, you're not a real artist, which is ridiculous. Because, quite honestly, I mean, all the major artists in history have used references of some kind.
Yeah, that's very specifically how they learn. They copied the masters.
And
Yeah.
even artists like, oh man, I'm blanking on his name, but he did, magazine covers, very famous American artist.
You'll need to be a little bit more specific.
He has a very famous painting of like a Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh.
Boy, I can't remember his name.
Oh, you've got me curious. I don't know.
I'm so bad with names.
Thanksgiving.
I'm having problems right now with drawing Brian's hair again.
I will find it. Hold on. Norman Rockwell. There we go.
I just brought up that picture and
So-
I was about to say that name.
Yeah, Norman Rockwell.
He totally references.
He
Like,
actually,
there's no way you can
yeah,
reference.
he gets his. I think he actually has people pose and photographs. He would actually photograph the scene, and then project it onto the canvas with a projector, and then trace it.
Oh, there's so many techniques people used
Yeah.
in the old days to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was something that gave me a big shock because I was reading a book on learning how to use colored pencil, and there was a whole entire like 3 pages that this artist used dedicated to taking a photo of a piece of fruit and transferring that to your piece of paper so you can draw. And I was like, hang on, I need to sit here and think about this for a moment. And she's a gallery quality artist. But if you think about it, she's not being paid to make a realistic apple. She's being paid to make a beautiful piece of art.
Right. Yeah.
She can draw the apple, but it's gonna like add like what 5 hours onto the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And for her, it wasn't like part of what her like. It didn't make her picture any better. The fact that she drew the apple from scratch. It was a really interesting thing for me to think about. But like, in the learning process, I mean, how the heck are you supposed to learn how to draw an apple if you don't have a picture of an apple in front of you?
Yeah.
Like, how can you? You're using your memory, like purely 100% your memory, and that's impossible. Your brain can't remember that many things. It has to simplify.
Yeah.
Dust the Floof
Well,
says
really...
says something
Sorry.
interesting here. Here's the result of a simulation I ran to try and get some good demonic looking stamps. You ran a simulation? Like machine learning or something? I didn't catch the whole conversation there. Can you explain? I'm curious. It's AI art. Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, some people are afraid that artificial intelligence will replace artists, but I'm not concerned at all. I think it'll be just another tool people will use.
Yeah, I don't
it
think
has
AI
to
is
be.
there, like anywhere near there yet.
Oh, it
It's
isn't
still in, like,
AI art.
20%.
What is it?
Like.
Oh, they're
like
saying
the
look at the
DALL-E.
stream. I can't watch the stream at the moment because I'm also streaming. So,
Yeah. No, I saw a thing up
It's me
here.
pushing an
further.
object. I'm sorry. It's me pushing an object onto a canvas and simulating it being a stamp. That's what he says. With
Ah.
paint running.
Okay. It's a little
Cool.
bit different.
Okay. My apologies.
Susie, BogusRed, this is probably more of a question that you might be able to answer. Tiger Fairy said, I still find art blockers struggle. I mean, if I'm ever in a drawing mood or not. Getting into a drawing mood, I mean, that there is a hard one, because some people really need specific environments to be able to draw, and I think, isn't it a thing with if you've got ADHD that it becomes a struggle to take that first step?
Yes.
To getting into the art mood?
Yeah, getting started is the hardest part, often for people with ADHD. Who was it that asked this question?
Tiger Fairy.
Tiger Fairy. Are you the one that mentioned you have ADHD? Sorry, I forgot already. I know someone mentioned it. Maybe it was Tiger Fairy. No, okay. Alright, so I'm not sure if you have that or not. But still some of the same like principles can apply whether you do have autism. There's a lot of overlap between that and ADHD. I'm not as familiar with some of the difficulties with autism. Oh, it was Fang that mentioned. See, this is my ADHD already presenting itself, my terrible memory. But yeah, getting started can be very difficult. I will tell you that while it may be difficult now, once you get into some momentum, it will get easier over time. So like once you have like, you're comfortable with the way that you draw and you have a good process, it starts to become easier. But getting started initially, sometimes having a music playlist can help. Another thing is using something called the 5-minute rule, which is where you tell yourself, okay, I'm just going to draw for 5 minutes. And then if I feel like stopping at the end of that 5 minutes, I can. So you set a timer for 5 minutes. And oftentimes 5 minutes might actually be enough to get you to want to keep going. You have already done the hardest part, which is starting. Another trick is Pomodoro, which is you work for 20 minutes and then 5-minute breaks. There's an ADHD adaptation of that, which is 10 minutes of drawing or working and then a 5-minute break. So commit to like 5 or 10 minutes of drawing and then give yourself a break for 5 minutes and then start again with drawing for 10 minutes. Those are some ideas. I do have another video like on the YouTube channel about some more like ideas on getting started. I have to dig through the channel to find it. It was actually supposed to be a 2-part video, and funny enough, I did not do the second part to the video.
Oh no. That needs to go on the
Which is
list.
sad, because it's like it was all about getting started, and then I never got started on the second one, so a bit of a hypocrite there. I know, it's funny. I had reasons though. That video took me an entire week, a week and a half or something to make, and I'm like, I can't keep up this pace. This is too much, because if you look at the video, it's a pretty time consuming video. So I just decided I can't invest that kind of time in making YouTube videos anymore. It's too much other stuff to do. Anyway, I hope that kind of helps, Tiger Fairy. If not, like, you can share some more information about what you might be getting stuck on or what the resistance is. Because
Tiger Fairy says it did help.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, sometimes like knowing and understanding what the resistance is can help to determine what the right strategy is, because there's a lot of different ones, but it really depends on what the problem is. You know, in some cases. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Did you have something to add?
Yeah, I was gonna add to the whole things that you can do to lower resistances. You can have a space which already has your drawing kit there, so when you need to start drawing, you just go to that desk and you start drawing because everything is set up. Because sometimes the whole setup process is enough resistance.
Yeah.
You may know a little bit more about that though, BogusRed. Lowering the resistance of entry.
Yeah, I think I had covered that exact tip in one of the videos as well. Like if you're working traditionally, for example, there is a lot of prep you got to do and clean up, depending on the medium you're using.
Yeah.
So sometimes having everything all, like having a dedicated space for doing your art and having everything laid out and doing that prep like the night before, like laying out all your materials, so that the next day you can come to it fresh and it's already there. It's not really as applicable to the digital world. I mean, you could have your art program open the night before so that the next day in the morning it's there, but that's not as much of a big deal as, I don't know if that's actually helpful or not. For me, another thing too is gathering reference and inspiration images. That helps get me going.
That takes me forever.
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing it. I was just going to pop in here. Fang Shadow Wolf says the bane of my existence is poses and attire, and I'm curious if you have tried thumbnailing before, especially for poses. Have you ever heard of thumbnailing, Fang Shadow Wolf?
Thumbnailing is so powerful.
Yeah. I have an example,
Know
actually.
what you're talking about?
If you look at my screen now, you'll see when I first started the stream, I did thumbnailing. Just kind of coming up with some concepts. I do this for almost every drawing I do. I do a series of thumbnails to just kind of explore some ideas until I come up with something. Mute, if you take a look at my screen, you'll see an example of thumbnails. It's where you draw like little tiny drawings of like exploring ideas. It's like a brainstorming exercise. And so you spend only a few minutes on each little sketch. It's a tiny little sketch. You don't want to put detail in it, but you're just kind of working out the composition, or if you're depicting characters, you're working out the poses. I can also share an image of that in the chat real quick. So that
I would
people
even
can
say
see.
like the one that I was doing earlier today for Schwarzer and I were designing another vampire to bring on as Eris's friend. I spent like 3 seconds, maybe 5, on each of them, just to get the color ideas. Although it didn't end up working for me in the end, but still, same idea.
Oh yeah, color comping. Yeah, I do that a lot as well. In fact, I need to do a new video on that. I have an older video where I talked about color comping. That is also a process I do a lot with my artwork as well. Like once I know what the line art is, or I have a pretty good sense of the line art or the composition or whatever, then I'll do iterations of different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in all 3 of my most recent videos in the time lapse, you can see color comps and thumbnails in there. So check the recent videos in the YouTube channel.
The other thing you can do with thumbnailing is that if you want to do something like costume design, you can get a base of a human being standing, and you can draw the outfit ideas straight onto a base, and that's also considered thumbnailing.
Yeah.
Mute has a question here.
Basically throwing ideas out really, really fast without having any emotional commitment to final lines.
Mm-hmm. That process is very important. Mute asks, what if all your ideas never change and the thumbnails are the same? You may benefit from new input, because our ideas are really remixes of other ideas that we've seen. Every idea is based on someone else's ideas. So gathering reference and spending some time like on Pinterest. Yeah, so new input would mean like getting inspired, finding inspiring images, looking up poses. I know at some point someone shared some pose reference DeviantArt accounts that have a lot of poses and stuff if you're looking for pose inspiration.
There's tons of them.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I think yours is a special case.
Yeah.
Just due to what you're running into.
Yeah. It might help to take a figure drawing class. Have like instruction. That way you can kind of get individual help.
Whatever media. Sorry, I'm responding to Schwarzer now. We get influenced by whatever media we seem to be consuming at the time. Like when I was really into reading and watching Pride and Prejudice. Super.
Oh,
You know.
sorry, Minimaid. You cut out on my end. Could you repeat that?
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I said in response to Swarzer's comments about, you know, people turning up with Asian clothing because they were watching anime or Spirit of Justice or something like that. We all get really influenced by whatever media we're consuming at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I had a period when I was really into Pride and Prejudice, watching and reading, and all of my characters had Regency clothing for a while.
Ooh.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very much inspired. Even just the PaperDemon art RPG is inspired by other media. Like, one of my favorite games is Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
An old game on the Super Nintendo. And some of the mechanics from that game have heavily inspired the PaperDemon art RPG battle mechanics. If you've played that game, you'll know why. Specifically, so in that game, they had this thing called a dual tech and a triple tech.
Yeah.
Where you could have characters, and every character had an elemental power. I think they had like lightning, water, shadow, fire.
Yeah.
There might be another one, I don't remember. But
There was a light one.
was there? I think it was lightning. Yeah, Chrono was lightning. Yeah, I don't think there was light. But anyway, characters would get special dual techs where they could combine their power with another character's. And then they had triple techs where 3 characters combine their powers together. Oh, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
Dust the Floof just shared something. Oh, that's neat. I like the colors and the lighting and the textures. It's very cool. Yes, it came out really well.
We're learning Schwartzer's name generation.
Oh yeah, the Black Omen music.
I am also making myself dinner, so I'm sorry.
Dinner.
Yeah, another thing that can help with ideas as well is having constraints. You know, working from a challenge or something. Sometimes putting constraints on you unleashes more creativity. We were on that topic at one point, right? Inspiration. Mm-hmm. I don't remember. I lost track of where we were in the conversation.
Conversations are fluid.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I like what BogusRed just said there. Sometimes limiting yourself can actually make you more inspired. Like if you're using digital art and you've got the whole 16 million colors to work with. Sometimes chopping it down to 3 different colors and using the spectrum of the reds and the spectrum of a green and the spectrum of whatever, sometimes that can really help bring out a beautiful picture. But like the whole entire thing with coming up with an original character, sometimes it can help going, okay, I need to make an original character that is for this universe, that has this, like, has a humanoid form, and it needs to be an adventurer, and that limits what this character can be, and it means that you have to focus more on specific elements of this character, like maybe making an adventurer outfit opposed to a ball gown, or finding personality traits that fit with somebody who would go adventuring, and those limitations can be a really big help. Like I've found that making a fan character for a comic that you like or a game that you like is really, really fun, because you're limited by the universe and what the other characters in the universe are like. So you got to make the character look like they belong. So I really like the idea of limiting yourself. I think it's really good for coming up with unique ideas that you wouldn't have come up with otherwise.
I so agree. Many art challenges surrounding too, like you were saying, the color one is, you see a lot of art YouTubers using that.
Mm.
Color, you mean like a color challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Qvember?
And you have to make a
Yeah,
character.
and you
using-
get like a swatch of a couple of different colors, and you have to use those colors to make a picture.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that challenge is it can be enough to unlock some beautiful things in your mind because you're not always given the option of white or black. You're getting a range of colors in the middle, and it forces you to kind of figure out how to use those colors in a way that gives the illusion of a lighting situation, but is still coherent. It's quite cool.
Yeah, actually, when I was coming out of my art block, one of the I would say landmark pieces for me that really helped to establish my style as I was coming out of art block was a picture I made for the Secret Santa challenge that we do on PaperDemon. I think this was in maybe in 2019 that I did it. I don't remember, but. Someone had requested a steampunk artwork of 2 Pokemon characters. And I loved what I made. And steampunk was not something that I had spent much time in. And that's what I ended up having a lot of inspiration for the PaperDemon art RPG is steampunk. It's a little subtle because we use a mix of steampunk and some other stuff, but I think you see more inspiration of that in the item art. But yeah, I would not have expected that challenge to have done what it did for me. I feel like I made a huge leap forward with my art in that one piece.
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing if I could find the picture. Do you know how long ago you did it?
It was a while ago. I can find it. Hold on. I'm sure it's on my profile.
I mean, you know the exact piece that you're talking about, but I'm just having a quick look. See if I can find a visual.
Let me change my screen over to my browser. Okay, this was a while ago. Oh, here it is. Yeah. It was for Sugandia. I'm streaming this picture now. I'll drop a link to it in the chat.
It's beautiful.
I'm going to turn off my microphone for a minute, guys, because I have to eat dinner.
Yeah, please eat.
I don't want you to hear me.
Yeah, this was in 2019. This was the 2019 Secret Santa. And Sugandia had requested Pokemon Go, 2 characters from Pokemon Go, and steampunk. And I thought, wow, that's a really interesting combination, and I really had a lot of fun drawing these characters. I didn't know who these characters were. I had to look them up. And I really feel like this was a piece where I really started to define what my art style was. So I was really, really happy with how this came out, and it influenced the work I did afterward.
It's really cool how that happened.
Yeah, that's not where I would have expected inspiration to come from, you know?
Especially since Pokemon Go wasn't something that you'd played before that. It's not as if you stumbled upon it because of the fact you're a big fan. It's just something that somebody was like, hey, try this and see how it looks. And that's what some of the art challenges are like, where it'll be all like, some people do art challenges where they'll take like the Disney princesses and then they'll go, okay, draw the Disney princesses as villains, or draw them as in this particular genre, like let's say steampunk. And see what they look like, and they can unlock little nuggets in the back of your brain, and you sit there and you go, this is something I really enjoy doing. And that's why these challenges are really important, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously you've got to have a base level of skill to be able to draw in one genre to be able to try out a new one, but once you've gotten yourself to the point where you can start pushing yourself, these challenges can be really good. Disney princesses with natural waistlines. Oh. it's a style thing. Like, it just there's so many things that are out of proportion with those cartoon princesses that if you gave them normal looking waistlines, they look kind of a little bit strange sometimes. Because their eyes are really big and their mouths are really tiny, their nose are really tiny. They don't have good proportions in the first place, but that's animation. The waistlines. Yeah, they can look good if you do it right. I think they were still figuring out a lot
Aw.
about animation back then as well.
Oh, these are
This
so
is not me
cute.
making apologies for them, but like, yeah, no ribcage. Yeah, they were still figuring out animation a lot back then.
It came
It
out
is
good,
easier
Dust
to
the
animate
Floop.
heavily stylized, yeah. Oh, this is looking very interesting, BogusRed.
Oh, thank you. I'm struggling a little bit with the composition. There's a lot of elements in here, and the part of it that I really want
Are
to
you able
focus
to
on.
describe them a little bit?
So I should probably pull up the actual portal description because I don't have it in front of me, but maybe I could tease it.
Yes. Tease us.
I believe the name of it is Aridin.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
World of Rainforest Temples.
Ooh.
If you're a patron, you'll have early access to this already. I released it, right? I posted it?
Yeah, you have.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Sometimes I think I did things and then I didn't. It's a lush rainforest teeming with wildlife, massive colorful flowers, half shrouded by the clouds. Tura temples float 100 feet in the air, humming with magic contributed by beings from across the paperverse. Yeah, I gotta add some more magic stuff to it.
Ah.
Yeah, I gotta add those magic orbs. Actually, if you look on the PaperDemon homepage when you're not logged in, there's like this banner artwork, and there's like these floating temples. That was the inspiration for this portal.
Oh, cool.
Crap.
Yeah. I need to add the magic pearl things.
This one's going to be a stable portal for those of you who are kind of like, oh, we've got a lot of unstable ones and they're all disappearing on us. This one's going to be a stable one, so you can do this whenever.
Yes. It is not yet released, though. It'll be another...
Yeah.
It'll be released as soon as I'm finished with this artwork. That's basically the delay, is I need to finish the official art for the portal.
It's always good to try different mediums. Yeah, sorry, I'm responding to Dust the Floof right now. I'm very excited right now because I just learned that my work is going to be giving me a 10-year anniversary gift, and I'm going to get a digital setup.
Yay!
I'm very excited.
Like digital,
I haven't
for
done
digital art?
Art. Yeah,
Awesome.
I know.
Yeah, gotta get some of
Very
that Procreate.
What are you getting? Are
Yeah,
you getting going iPad? Are you going Windows? What are
I'm
you...
getting what Ark told me to get because she's smart.
And what am I over here?
I recommended an iPad Air with the Apple Pencil too.
Nice.
It's the same specs as my current tablet, and I've got an iPad Pro 2018, and I'm doing Procreate absolutely fine with it. You don't need an iPad Pro that's modern to be able to do art just for fun. The people who are wanting to do it as a job and they're wanting to do large canvases with 100 different layers and stuff, those people probably want to have an iPad Pro because they've got more RAM in them. But if you're just doing casual art and you're not doing massive canvases, an iPad Air is totally fine. Like, when my iPad Pro dies, I'm gonna go for an iPad Air. Like, I don't want to pay $2,000. That's insane. This is just a fun activity. Like you shouldn't have to buy the top gear if you don't need to, and you don't need to. Yeah, I recommended anything that took the pencil too, because the pencil one's a big pain.
Yeah, so they're getting me the newest, the iPad Air 5, which is the 2022 one, and the Pencil 2 for the setup, and then I'll have to buy Procreate. That's okay.
That's cheap.
It's like $35, right? I don't understand how they charge so little for such a great app.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's got a really strong user base, so potentially it's a numbers thing. I don't know, but it's coming out with all sorts of different things that you can do with it, so I don't know how they pay for it either.
I'm going to go with Procreate, all of my wonderful people in chat that are telling me what else to use, because Arkillian will help me.
Yay!
Helps to have a private tutor.
Save me from this scary Procreate.
Uh-oh, baby's awake.
Procreate's awesome. I love it. I'm having... my friend showed me Procreate, and I picked it up basically immediately. The gestures in it are just really fluid. And once you figured out the more unusual gestures, it just becomes... It's a great program for flow. I don't know if anyone understands the concept of flow, but like when you're using a digital program, the flow is the gap between drawing a line, changing your pen or changing your eraser size, and then going back to drawing again. If there's a big break between you drawing and you changing your media, then it disrupts the flow. Procreate's got amazing flow to it.
Who wants to see the baby?
Just very easy to change things.
Here's
Hey,
the baby.
It's a baby.
You know this is being streamed on YouTube, right?
You saw cats. This is the newest cat.
I don't know how I feel about streaming my baby onto the internets. He is very chonky. Dust the Floof is like a child. He's very cute.
He is very cute.
He's adorable.
He's a very happy-looking baby.
He's happy. His temperament is actually very happy. Yeah. He's not that fussy. I mean, he can be when I'm, for example, trying to work. That is the moment when he starts to get fussy. It's like he can sense it. He's like, how dare you not pay attention to me?
Oh man, Procreate has its issues though. It's not perfect, but it is a very good program.
Oh, Cpran. Cpran wrote, I will never forget how I woke up to 30 plus messages
Susie,
and just
it's
rushed
quarter
into Procreate. And now
It's
I'm pumping
past.
this again.
What's this? What?
It's 15:15.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a quarter past.
oh, we
Giveaway.
missed a giveaway. Okay, hold on. Let's do it. Sorry, we were very caught up in our conversation. Sorry, everyone.
okay.
That's a, we'll do another one in 15 minutes. Not a big deal. All right, we're gonna give away another dragon bone. One moment here. Change my screen over. Bloop. Okay.
Them bones, them dragon bones.
Oh yeah.
I keep thinking there's going to be a Dragon Ball Z theme song pop up.
All right.
I don't know the Dragon Ball Z music as well, so
Dragon, rock
I have
the
to stick
dragon,
with
Dragon
children's
Ball
songs.
Z.
There we go. All right, so click on the bone if you want a chance to win a dragon bone.
look at those numbers go up.
Oh my goodness. We've got a lot of people here. Hey, Wavern Toots. I noticed that you... And Najiri and Grins. Welcome. YOLO, let's give it a go. Okay, well, so for those who may have joined late, Dragon Bone is a crafting material. You can't actually craft anything with it yet, but it is some crafting recipe for this will be coming out with the next few months for crafting a thing to let you participate in campaigns. Because we've completely...
For the stuff.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in the works right now. So much stuff. Oh my god. So yeah, click on the bone for a chance to enter this giveaway. All right, I'm grabbing the names now. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, we pop it in. All right, if you won one of the giveaways today already, you cannot win again. Just FYI.
No,
Watch it spin.
Actually stayed out, so you won't have to worry about it.
Ooh. Ooh.
Tiger Fairy, you're the winner.
Yay.
Please let me know in the chat what your PaperDemon username is, and I'll pop this into your inventory. Congratulations.
We could do another one right now if you want.
You want to do that? Just,
And then we can just do the last one at 6.
yeah, why don't we do that? We'll just spin the same wheel again.
Yeah, because then we won't get carried away with conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so the next giveaway item, we're going to do a unicorn earwax.
Ooh.
Let me pull that up.
Does everyone know what a unicorn earwax does?
It's a healing item.
Yeah. It's a universal one as well. So it doesn't matter what element you belong to. It does same amount of healing for everybody.
Like Fruity Gum asks if it's ethically sourced.
Yeah.
Tiger Fairy, if you want, you can just sell it for gold, the Dragon Bone.
Or hold on to it for future campaigns.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff coming down the pipes.
Yeah. Dropping this in your inventory. Dragon Bone. Alright.
And it's good to hold on to them because they're pretty and you like bones as well. Yes. Agreed.
Okay, we're going to spin the wheel again, and the winner of this spin will get the unicorn earwax. Okay, and Tiger Fairy, that Dragon Bone should be in your inventory now. Wavern Toots. I think that's your PaperDemon username, right? Is it the same?
Yeah. It's the
Your
same.
congratulations, you won a unicorn earwax.
Do you have anybody that you have to heal, Wyvern Toots?
Yeah, probably. If you're part of the boss battle at the moment. By the way, everyone, the boss battle's still on.
Yes.
The Vogue Vampire is sitting there being all sassy and...
All
Yeah,
right.
I might jump back in now. It's been long enough that I haven't taken part. Although
All
I
right.
have been
I need to start doing some attacks now as well.
Yes, there's still 3,000 and change HP left of the Vogue Vampire. So please, let's all draw our characters fighting him and vanquish him. So,
Or having tea with him,
or
as the case may
Yeah.
be.
yeah,
Yeah, you
you
can
have tea.
join him. You can join him. You can join him. You can mop up the mess that he makes of the ball, or you can make everyone else's lives a lot better by keeping them entertained and distracted from the vampire. Or you can draw a picture which is based off a 200-year-old picture, or you can do a prose, which is based off an existing poem or writing. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, we can pull up the prompt list.
Are you,
Yeah, let's
are you-
pull out the prompt list. There's a lot of really cool prompts.
Try to stop the character without fighting it. Distract them by asking them to dance. Do they offer the vampire ethically sourced meals? Searching the halls and investigating other guests. They encounter in the midst of attack and talk them down. Speak to them after they're captured. Draw write about your character trying to maintain the spirit of the ball in the face of danger. That's a pretty good prompt. Making an even bigger mess at the ball. Was the ball too stuffy? Are they furious about their debut was interrupted? Right. Draw or write your character in a formal fit you've never had them wear before. Find a painting made at least 200 years ago and do your best to mimic it. I know a lot of people did that one.
That was fun.
Yeah,
that was super fun.
That was a very interesting prompt. Try to mimic the style of a story or poem. Draw or write about your character getting bitten and becoming a vampire. This is the one I did.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That one's the obvious one, right?
You drew
Yeah.
Brian got bit.
Yeah, I drew Brian getting bit. He got bit on the arm.
Yeah, Shy wrote this prompt list. I added this last one because I wanted to draw my character getting bitten. Yeah, I know it's kind of an obvious one.
We love our vampires around here.
Mm-hmm. Unless your character is already a vampire.
Yes.
And, you know,
You
if
don't have to draw your character getting bitten.
we're always open to... We may have to expand the prompt list for the next boss fight because this fight has lasted a little bit longer than expected and I think people are running out of prompts.
I think people were also nervous because it was going, his hit points was going down really fast in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you guys, you don't need to be worried about that. Like honestly, like, go for it. Like, don't worry about, like, using weapons, duo casting and stuff like that. Go for it. That's what these fights are all about, is making use of this, the level ups you've been getting from drawing out of your characters.
It could be people are waiting until the boss is a little further down because there's rewards for doing the final hit.
I just
Possibly.
waited because I did so many in a row and I wanted to actually draw something else for a minute.
Yeah, I was wanting to do some of the other prompts. And plus,
Yeah.
we've also got the Patreon campaign thing as well, which is kind of distracting me a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And I had I had another character that I was working on introducing. I had to get Adrian up and running. I still have his portal pick that I'm working on. So, yeah, things happen.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
good. Struggling with drawing fire. Fang, Shadow Wolf, yeah, it's hard.
Fang, are you using a digital program or are you using traditional media? Because a lot of digital programs have brushes for doing fire, and all it is just a stroke of the brush.
Yeah, I usually do digital, says Fang Shadow Wolf.
Yeah. Oh, GIMP. Schwaz, you do GIMP, don't you?
No, they do Krita, I think.
Oh.
Oh,
Krita.
Krita, yeah, of course. There's still
I
like
used to use
effects
GIMP,
that you can use though.
GIMP is like old school Photoshop. There's not a whole lot of difference. Yeah.
You can use layer effects. That may help. Like using an addition layer or something like that, and using Gaussian blur to blur things so
Also,
that you can get the glow.
it should be mentioned too, even if your character's element is fire, it doesn't mean you have to convey it as fire. You know, your character could, you know, be a bard and, you know, sing, or, you know, play a musical instrument, or their power.
considering for the elemental challenge, though, to get their character up to adventuring.
Right, but you
level.
can express that elemental power in any way that you want. You don't have to convey it as fire.
You can't sing for sing. That's okay. My Kiri is a bard singer, and so is Silver.
Yeah, cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah, cooking
or-
would be a great fire elemental power. Yes,
Yes.
that's a great idea. Someone should do that.
Shikkun's Shikkun's water. Never mind. I was thinking of other cooks.
Well, the idea of having fire magic and being able to cook things, I think, is pretty rad. Like that's one of the things that your character does. Is it's just like makes hot meals. Why not? Doesn't have to be aggressive.
Yeah, be an alchemist or something. That would be cool. For tinkering and
Ooh.
forging and stuff. Yeah.
Heat and sparks. Love it. Sounds great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fire is the hardest one for me to think of alternatives for, to be honest. I have less of a hard time with any of the other elements, thinking of things that are not conventional.
Yeah,
But
but
I
all
think-
your characters got fire. Like they
I
got
know.
randomly assigned fire.
Well, I'm changing them. I only want Kiri to be fire. I've got enough. So, will any more elements be added?
No, probably not.
So, actually,
Oh.
so the elemental chart currently has 10. 4 of them are available to be assigned to your character. So that is not going to change. You will only have available water, fire, sky, and earth. Those elements can combine to create one of the secondary elements. There's 6 secondary elements. I can't list them all off the top of my head, but some of them are like shadow and metal and lightning.
There you go. Shadow, metal, aurora, and lightning.
There's 2 more.
Oh,
Celestial and chaos. There we go. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Steve Brent. We are probably gonna... I don't get too excited because it's going to be a while before this is going to be released, but we are going to add trio casting. Which means you'll be able to combine 3 elements together. And we have already decided what those different combinations, what the elements are going to be. I'm not going to say what they are yet, but we will add 4 new elements to the elemental chart. And those elements are created when 3 of the core elements... People are very excited about this. But it's going to be a while. I have a lot of coding to do. We're working on a brand new interface for entering stuff into the queue. We're fixing stuff up to make it easier to collect your XP, to enter stuff to the right queue, to track.
adding lore.
Yeah, we're like working on a lot of interface updates right now, and then I also have a backlog of new mechanics to add to the battle roller. But next year I will add trio casting. So it's a few months away, but you heard it here first, folks.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. But yeah, I'm not gonna say
Ice-
what the new
ice
elements are. But there are new
Ice
elements.
powers are based on, like, when you get water powers, you can use that for ice or poison. Mental based powers, it depends on what you're referring to, but you can twist any of the elements into any of those things.
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
they don't have to be standard water, fire, air, earth. So how you interpret water, fire, air, earth, I suppose, is what I'm saying. Like you can be free with that. Yeah, glass manipulation, that's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do we have more giveaways to do, or are we
Yes.
skipping the half-past one?
So we just did 2 of the 2 together. So that was the second and third one. So the last one we're gonna do in a half hour
Okay.
at the end.
We didn't want to break the conversation flow.
Yeah.
I love
You're very
seeing.
welcome.
I was gonna say I love seeing all the cool ideas people come up with for their elemental powers.
Yeah, and yeah, for sure. Like you can use air as a sound type element. I think, Ark, that's what you did for Silver, right?
Yeah.
You turned air into the music aspects for Silver.
Yeah. Because his original character concept was that he was a singer who was able to do magic through his voice. So his element's air because it was the one that made the most sense to me. So
I'm not-
absolutely a bard with air magic. Go for it.
I'm pretty sure that when I make this character for being Eris's best friend, vampire mischief lady, I think I would like to get her water powers and have her use magic. That's my plan.
And
That's
like, if
cool.
people want to get an inspiration about what other people do with the magic and powers and stuff, like the elemental challenge has a tag. I'll just quickly check what the tag is.
Oh yeah.
But like, you can look through the tag and see what other people have done. So I'll just go through the.
We're gonna make finding the tags and clicking the tags for each challenge easier as well with the new interface.
I'm so hyped for that new interface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna fix a lot of usability issues.
I'm trying to fast read.
Sandstorms.
Fast reading is a good idea.
Oh, talking of storms, I think I have one happening right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Hey, kitty, you want inside? Yes, you do. Where's your sister?
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yes. I have to save them. There's, looks like it might pour on them pretty soon here.
Okay, here it is. The hashtag is PDARPG element. I knew it was going to be something sensible. I'm just really bad at finding things. So yeah, if you're wanting to have inspiration, do that. Same things with like the boss battles. If you want to have inspiration on what kind of stuff to draw for the boss battle, there's been like so many hits. You guys have been doing so much damage to the boss. Just go through the forum, and it has all of the links to the different writings and artwork. You can do a writing or you can do an artwork to attack him. Both are worth the same amount of money and both do the same amount of damage. You can collaborate with people and you can see how other people have collaborated to do an attack. And
So, Ark,
Hmm?
sorry, there's a question for you.
Yeah,
Tiger
oh.
needs help thinking of pretty boy haircuts, and you're the master.
Oh, am I? Like, I'm terrible to ask because half of my characters has haircuts from the 90s.
That's like my definition of pretty boy haircut.
Yeah, so, like, obviously there's that thing of going onto, like, the Google and going, male haircuts. And if you're wanting a short haircut, maybe male haircut short, male haircut long, male haircut shoulder length. It really depends on how long you're wanting the hair to be. 90s hair was fantastic. I really dig 90s hair. There was There was some doofers in there, but there was a lot of fantastic haircuts. I really love like the frosted tips. I really like the floppy hair.
Boy band mushroom cuts.
Oh
remember
man, no, not the mushroom cut. No,
the
there was some
mushroom cut, it was
doozies in there.
I
They
don't.
had promise. They just didn't execute.
spike in the front and literally nowhere else.
Yeah, like there was some really fun ideas in the 90s with haircuts, but the modern ones, there's a lot of really cool modern cuts. I'm quite enjoying things like quiffs and pompadours at the moment, and I really like how the modern ones, they shave the sides quite short and they fade it. There's a lot of really cool ideas that are coming out in the barbering industry for male haircuts. I'd absolutely do some research, find one that suits your character, and take some images and like get practicing drawing them because they're not easy. Floppy hair is really hard to draw.
If you're looking for like pretty boys in like anime, well, there's
Oh,
tons
anime
of those.
haircuts, the rules are gone because like
Yeah.
they defy gravity.
They just do whatever you want to.
Yeah.
You can have like cyclone on top, horn
Yeah,
hair.
and
Yeah.
90% of them are mullets, so
By
beware.
the way, Schwartzer, it is really hard to do that horn hair in my style. Just saying.
Oh, you should see how cosplayers try to do it. A lot of them like will use like a solid object. They won't use their hair because there's no way to translate it. Like sand hair and stuff like that. You can't translate those spikes. It was never ever meant to be realistic.
Well, you know, sometimes a bottle of gel will do wonders. It's fine.
Yeah.
I had somebody once claim, so my hair goes down usually. I cut it all off recently, but like 2 years ago, and now it's kind of long, but not as long as it was. It usually goes down to my mid back, and I had somebody claim that they would be able to give me a spiked mohawk if they had enough gel. And I'm still not sure that they were telling the truth.
If you use,
I tried doing Phoenix right here once.
they have like this stuff like hair glue that is really super strong. It's way stronger than hairspray, but it's really hard to get out of your hair. But yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
You can make a
probably
mohawk with long hair.
Yeah, you got to be careful with what hair texture you've got though. My hair is thick and it's strong and there's a lot of it. So like I tried doing a Phoenix Wright cosplay with my natural hair and I had about 5 layers of product in my hair and my hair still went downwards. Like it didn't go straight backwards like I wanted it to. It kind of flopped downwards. And I did I don't know why I did it, but like I was giving somebody a piggyback as Phoenix Wright. And I ended up falling over and the back of my head went down towards the ground and my hair actually repelled the ground. Like it bounced me off the ground like a spring, and everyone looked at me like, what the heck? How much product have you got in your hair? It's like I
magical
just
anime
walked
hair.
out, and I still couldn't keep my hair up. I was using Mohawk hair gel. I couldn't do anything. My hair's so damn heavy. So yeah, it doesn't work with everybody, but yeah, my hair's super strong and it acted like a spring, and it was amazing. The next year I used a wig, and that was also hilarious because I didn't know that people use normal hair products with wigs, so I ended up using like spray adhesive. So
How
I've
much
got this
product?
Phoenix
Yes,
Wright hair that's like a helmet. And there was a tornado going through well, not a tornado, but like there was a massive storm going through my city at the time. And I had this on my head and nothing got through it. It was waterproof. It was great.
Can you guys hear a small rumble at this point?
No, I can't hear it.
Is it me?
Unfortunate.
I can.
No.
Is it from me?
My cat is purring into my microphone right now.
Oh, really?
I wasn't sure if you could hear him.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Kitty Rumble. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to hear him, but obviously no. He's getting attention, Schwartzer, don't worry. He's curled in my lap right now. Looking floof. probably actually wants back outside, but I don't think he will as soon as the rain starts coming down.
You've eluded the horde.
The cat horde?
Yeah.
I only have 2. I don't know if 2 counts as a horde.
Oh, it's more than me. I've only got the one cat.
Well, mine are brother and sister, and I got them. They're from the same litter.
That's
Got them
cute.
at the same time because I didn't want them to get lonely. Oh, all of us sharing cats and gushing over them. Yes. Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Backwards pompadour. I can picture something like that, Fruity Gum.
Backwards pompadour.
What's-
Jeez, it's kind of getting into Phoenix Wright territory there.
Yeah.
I quite like it. It's an old style that comes back, and every time it comes back, it gets more and more interesting.
Pompadour.
It's like the 50s greasers, right?
Yeah.
Just gets so fancy.
I don't know how to spell it. Oh, there we go. Pompadour. Oh yeah, that's in. I've seen people with that.
Yeah, pompadours and quiffs are very similar. So if you're looking for pompadours, also look for quiffs to see whether or not
Quiff.
quiff is what you're actually looking
Oh
for.
yeah, quiff.
In
Yeah, I
In
think you're a shorter version.
Canada and America, it's quaff.
Quaff.
Quiff is something quite different.
Sorry, I might be pronouncing it wrong. if it's quaff, then I'll take your word for it. I can't remember the exact pronunciation of it.
I like that.
But like a shorter version of a pompadour, because the modern pompadours are quite tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, the quiff is nice. I like
Quaff.
quaff.
Sorry, I'm
That's
going
how
to
it's-
correct you because
that's
the
how
other
it's
one means
pronounced.
something that you don't want to say in
But
chat.
it's spelled Q-U-I-F-F, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm thinking-
But
I
it's
was
pronounced
thinking-
quaff.
I'm quite happy.
Okay, no, I'm probably
I think
one out of touch.
I think you're thinking of a different word that's pronounced a little bit differently.
Okay.
Is it a female sound?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's not pronounced quiff,
Okay, good. Never mind.
so we're good. Well, I don't know how they
Yeah,
do it in Canada land, but
Yeah, I'm quite a big fan of that hairstyle. I think it looks really cool. But it's an option if you're wanting to go for the pompadour, but you don't necessarily want the height. So, same energy though, just less height. That's what Silver's got. So if anyone draws Silver, he's got a quiff.
I thought he had like kind of a drapey mohawk thing, but I guess not.
Sorry?
I'm apparently very out of hairstyle knowledge here. I thought he had like some kind of a drapey mohawk.
Silver?
Yeah.
No, he's got a quiff. I'm not good at drawing quiffs. As I'm saying, like you should use a reference when you draw haircuts and stuff, especially if you're not good at it. I sometimes get pretty lazy. Yeah, he's got a rainbow quiff. I love his hair. It's great. It should be a quiff though. Give me a
No,
sec.
I just didn't know. I didn't know they existed. So I'm talking about myself, not about your drawing ability.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's because he's only rainbow colored when he wants to be, using his magical hair prestidigitation and mood, right?
Yeah. So his natural hair color's brown.
Yeah.
So the character, when I created him, it was for a Pathfinder campaign, and he was given the option of having a background, which gave him an extra special ability, and he got a background which was Magic School Dropout, and Magic School Dropout allowed him to get a cantrip for free, and I chose Prestidigitation because I'd be a fool not to.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation is single-handedly the best spell. Like, I mean, obviously you get powerful spells and stuff, but like, who doesn't want to have rainbow hair? And it's very,
smell
very
like
extra.
roses if you want.
It's very, very extra because you have to cast it once an hour. So he's consciously casting it once an hour to keep his appearances up, but it makes his hair smell nice and it's always clean and he never gets dirty. He's always got pristine clothes. And I think it adds a little bit of a sweet or a spice or something to food, and it can warm and cool drinks and stuff like that. It's got so many useful abilities.
It
But,
can
like-
flavor anything. It doesn't have to
Yeah,
be food.
flavors things. And we went through a sewer and I was casting prestidigitation back to back so that I didn't get dirty. It was so funny. Yeah, so many awesome things. But yeah, I thought about getting a hat of disguise, and the campaign was like, nah, that's not extra enough. I don't need a hat. Yeah. It's a very, very fun spell.
It is definitely a fun spell. I think my brother's character that he's recently created for the game that I DM is very similar in the prestidigitation area. Apparently, he's got sideways anime hair.
Ah.
Yeah.
We love sideways anime here.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Gravity doesn't apply here.
We have 15 minutes left of the stream, so before we end, I did want to bring back to the topic that we had set out with the stream, which was to discuss with the community ways to overcome art block. So if anyone else has gone through that and wants to share their story with art block and how they've overcome it, we'd love to hear from the community any tips people have. Or any thoughts or questions. Yeah, questions as well.
Yeah, questions. Somebody might be able to help with it.
Yeah.
Speed running line art.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't speedrun it too much.
Yes, I enjoyed Dust the Floof's combination of text there as well. Especially
Yeah,
the ending moment.
If it's 2 a.m., you'll get to go to bed hopefully very soon. I can't guarantee you will, but hopefully you will.
If these streams don't work well with your time zone, you can always watch the stream on the YouTube channel afterward. So please don't lose sleep on our account.
Yeah. As I
And it'll
said,
get
sleep
really
is super
confusing.
important.
A thing called rhythm drawing now and then. What's that thing, Shadow Wolf? Draw to the beat of the music. That sounds really interesting. I've never heard of that.
I like that. That sounds like a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
That sounds really fun. I don't know how to do it.
C-Pran says, but giveaways! I think in response, just not wanting to miss the event and having to stay up late.
Who needs sleep?
Who needs sleep when you can get free stuff?
Calamity music.
Draw quickly or die. No, neither.
I guess it would force you into a sketch mode, yeah?
Yeah, well, the other option is dying apparently.
But yeah, you edited your piece.
Yeah, I like it a bit better. Still not 100% with it, but I haven't drawn that particular character for ages, so I also need to understand that she's not going to turn out the best the first time I draw her in a while. Hopefully I'll get more practice back up again.
I think you're also being mean to yourself, but
Yeah,
you know.
potentially. I'm being very judgmental of myself.
Oh,
And
there's
doing
s-
that.
Mute shared Terraria music. Too bad X Death isn't still in here because he was actually just playing Terraria.
Ah,
I play Terraria with my nephew sometimes.
Terraria's a cool
They
game.
call me up.
I kind of don't want to play it anymore because I feel like I don't
Played it to death.
I've played it a lot, and I honestly I would rather play more Minecraft. But at the same time, like my time is so limited. I feel like with Minecraft and Terraria, if I'm gonna play it, I need a lot of time because I want to create stuff, and I don't have the time. So like just playing for an hour here and there, just
It's not enough.
yeah, it's just I can't do that right now these days. I'd rather spend the time working on artwork since I have so much artwork to do these days.
I only play Terraria when it's a moment to hang out with my nephew who is in another province entirely, and I never get to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're very young, so yeah, it's a good one for them.
yeah, so much art, so little time. That's why thumbnailing's really good. Like, literally, you can get that art down on the piece of paper, and sometimes that's all you need is to draw the thumbnail of it, and that's getting that itch to draw that idea out. And you may come back to it, like, in 3 years' time or something, but it gets that itch out of your head. Thumbnailing's really amazing, you guys.
Yes,
I
do it.
can't bask in its glory enough.
Maybe
it's such a powerful tool.
Maybe I should make a video about thumbnailing. I feel like we probably we mention it enough. We probably should have one. Then we can like point people to it.
Yeah, like I have a book which is dedicated just for thumbnailing that I can just carry around with me whenever, and if I have an idea for a picture, I'll just do a thumbnail in it. And sometimes that's all I need to do with that, like that with that idea, is to just draw it as a thumbnail. When you say, Fang, when you say you've got images in your head but they refuse to come out, like, could you elaborate on that? Is this part of an art block type thing?
Yes.
Or is this a heavily judging yourself thing? Because as we can see, artists will heavily judge ourselves, and we need somebody to slap our hands sometimes.
We're very mean to ourselves.
It's a feeling that doesn't go away, no matter what level of skill you are.
Nope.
Mute, some of that is learning to draw the specific ideas. Like, you start off with a base. Like, I'm a human artist, so I think things in artists, in humans. But like, you get a base human, and once you've got that base human, then you can add to it. I imagine you can do the same thing with furries as well, where you can draw one furry, then you just modify that furry to be other ideas. Sometimes you need to learn to get to that stage where you have your base that you can modify. So potentially you may be at that stage where you can't really do many unique ideas until you've got that first base idea. So I see an image, but no matter what I do, it won't look right nor turn out how I like. I mean, yeah, some of that is getting a visual library.
Yeah,
which is really
building skill.
Do you mean that, friend, when you say that when you get better, drawing gets harder, do you mean that you challenge yourself more?
Man, all the hard-hitting questions are coming out in the last 5 minutes of the stream.
More aware of more details. I both agree and disagree with that. I think I knew when I was very young, all the details that I wasn't getting when I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't know how to put them onto the paper, I guess.
Yeah, I think over time, as you gain more skill, you get better at articulating what's in your head. I mean, you can always do the best you can to sketch it out and then come back to it at a later time when your skill has improved. I mean, I've done that. A lot of the ideas that I have for the game, for the PaperDemon Art RPG, are things that I came up with in high school when I wasn't very skilled at drawing.
I see what Schwarzer's saying too, though. When you get better at, like, for example, drawing clothes, you know where seams are and where they should be. Yeah, as you gain understanding of things in life in general, you observe more options as you go, I guess.
Yeah, it is frustrating. I know that frustration for sure. When you have an idea in your head and you can't quite put it down on paper.
Yeah, it is hard, and it can feel bad as well. But yeah, just it's a lot of that is experience and visual library and stuff. Just I think giving it a go is a big step. Giving it a go and seeing what happens, because you can always come back to it.
Tiger Fairy, that looks very cute.
It's very
Love
cute.
it.
But I also find that the better I get at art, the more sunk into it I get. Like, I can really lose myself. Like, if I'm not careful, I will lose myself for 12 hours in a row. Just drawing because I feel like it. And my husband comes home and he's like, "Are you in the same position that I left you in?
Have you eaten today? No.
Have you eaten? What time is it? Oh, you know, I had a glass of water."
Yeah.
My physio is telling me I need to take a break every hour. I'm like, you're absolutely kidding me. An hour. I get an hour of work and then I have to take a break and do some stretches? That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it has to, because my back is so bad right now.
Yeah. Schwarzer, to be fair, I'm like that with just about everything. I have a very hobby obsessive personality. I'm learning this about myself. And like I'm not an addictive personality, which is weird, but I am an obsessive personality. So I find myself hyper focused on whatever I'm doing. And sometimes I have to set myself alarms to remind myself to do self-care.
Yeah, self-care is... Whew, I gotta learn how to do self-care a little bit better. It's gotten me into this mess that I'm in at the moment. I'm just gonna spend more time like doing the whole feeding myself proper food rather than waiting to the last minute doing meal prep and stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Got a
terrible.
human getter.
Terrible at feeding myself healthy right now. It's just like...
It's good that you're good about that. I'm not. I will feed myself sometimes if I'm careful. But I have a tendency to just get so stuck in something I lose track of time for hours and hours on end. And usually it's knitting or drawing or reading or whatever it is. Yeah, I completely lose awareness. That's part of why I'm doing... Sorry, it's part of why I'm doing the volunteering right now, because it forces me to pay attention to something other than the page.
All right, folks, we're at close of the second hour, which means it's giveaway time.
Giveaway time. What are we giving away?
Hold on, let me just post. All right, we're giving away another unicorn earwax. Let me start the emote. Click on the emote to enter.
Yay. Bring that number up. Click the emote of the unicorn.
Alright, so the unicorn earwax it will heal your character 50 HP.
That is a good hard candy texture.
Nice, Dust.
Now I want toffee.
Toffee.
Right?
Go on, you guys. Click the unicorn to enter the giveaway.
Come on, click on the unicorn if you want to win. By the way, thanks everyone for coming out. I hope you all had benefited from this Let's Draw. Got some artwork done. You know, really, that's what this is about. Putting some time on your calendar to focus on your art. Yeah, share your work in progress, what you've got going. All right,
Get any further on my piece, so I can't.
I am popping all your names into the random thingy now. All right.
Oh yay, we were informative.
Here we go. Who's gonna win?
Let's do it.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Spin. Spin.
And it's...
Cpran.
Yay!
I think your username is your username is Cpran, right? It's the same. I think. Yeah.
Yay!
All right, I'm popping this into your inventory now.
Oh, here come the gift. Does a unicorn have clear ears?
I don't know. Clearly, we haven't spent much time.
I mean, if a unicorn had clear ears, you would always know when they were dirty, I suppose. In order to collect the wax. I think we're getting too far in depth here.
Yeah. Okay, Cpran, that's in your inventory. All right, anything else we should say before we wrap up? Congratulations to all giveaway winners. Definitely attend the next one for another chance to win. And I hope you all got some artwork done. And don't forget to participate in the Vogue Vampire boss fight that's going on now. There's still 3,200 HP left of this vampire, so get to work, people. We gotta take him down. Take him down. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Wyvern Toots. All right, we'll see you in the next event. Bye, Schwarzer. Bye, ArkillianDragon. Bye, Dust the Floof. Bye, Fang X Shadow Wolf. Bye, Fruity Gum. Bye, Grins. Bye, Inky. Bye, Minimaid. Bye, Najiri. Bye, Mute. Bye, Cpran. Bye, Strange Snake. Bye, Tiger Fairy. Bye, Wyvern Toots. Bye. One last thing before I forget. If you want to be notified next time we do this event, please visit the rules and info channel of the Discord server. There are options to opt into notifications. So you can like opt into Meetup or the videos. I think we notify everyone on those. So yeah, opt in. Get notified. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Also, special thank you to Minimaid and ArkillianDragon for hosting this with me. We'll see you at the next one. Bye.
Good fun.